Hello, I'm Geoff from GC2 Photo Club, and in this video I'm going to talk about fill in flash and show you how to use an on-camera flash gun to fill in shadows. Let's go and take some photos. Bright sunlight outdoors or a harsh artificial light source will create strong shadows, as in this photo here. These shadows can fall across your subject's face in a portrait and make ugly rings under the eyes, as well as emphasising wrinkles and blemishes on the skin. In a group shot, the shadows cast by one person can fall across another person's face, obscuring them from view. Before we go any further, I would recommend that you use some sort of diffuser on your flash gun, such as this one, to soften the light it produces. If your subject is backlit, as in this photo here, you can use a flash gun to fill in the shadows or light your subject, as I have done here. The first step when using flash to fill in is to view your subject and decide how much flash is required or what power setting to apply on your flash gun. With a backlit subject, you will need the flash to light the person's face and balance the flash lighting with the surrounding ambient light, so you will need a strong setting, a high setting. To do this, you will need to take a meter reading or test shot of the overall scene and then set the power of the flash to match the overall exposure. A good place to start is to set the flash to light the scene as you would if you were taking a shot in low light and were using your flash gun as the main light source, i.e. full power or plus or minus 0 on our flash gun, as in this photo here. If you are just using your flash gun to fill in or reduce harsh shadows caused by direct hard sunlight or strong side lighting, as in this photo here, you will need to vary the strength of the flash depending on the contrast or harshness of the shadows. If the light is very harsh or contrasty, the shadows will be very strong. That is, if you have a high ratio between the exposure for the highlights and the exposure for the shadows. If you have strong shadows like this, you will need to set the flash to a higher setting to fill them in or balance the contrast, almost at a ratio of 1:1. That is, your flash will be set to nearly the plus minus 0 setting that you would use to illuminate the whole scene as you would in low light. If you have weaker shadows and less contrasty lighting, as in this photo here, you will only have to set your flash gun to give an exposure of half a stop less than the main exposure. That is, if your main exposure is f8, you will set the flash to give an exposure of f5.6.5 if you are using it on manual, or set your flash gun to -0.5 if you are using an automatic mode such as ETTL. If the shadows are much weaker, you may want to set the flash to -2/3 or -1, as you will not need the flash to be so bright, as in this photo here. Be careful not to use too much flash, as this will create another set of unwanted shadows. These figures are just a guideline, and I recommend that you go out with your camera and flash gun and experiment with different settings in order to understand how to get the effect or lighting balance that you require. Hope you found that tutorial useful. Please go to our website gc2photoclub.com for more videos and information. I'm Geoff from GC2 Photo Club. Hope to see you again soon.